ɗauki wanda bai zo ba. Cikin gwamnonin Taraba dodar kai ne kake.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Tsaro a jiha kai ka ba mu ogana. A da babu batun dare balle rana. Ana ɗaukan al'umma mutane na. Kuɗin fansarai yana ta yin kuna. Zuwan yau ɗan jakan uba sun je sallaki.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Yanzu kowa a gidansa na bacci. Domin mun san rayuwar mu ba gunci. Kamar mai masa cikin kasar Bauchi. Mutane sun sami dukkanin yanci. Muna taimaka addu'a domin kai aiki kake.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Fitaccen gwamnan Taraba babba dan babba. Da take fas gwamna namu bai san reni ba. Idan yayi kyauta gare ka ba zai gori ba. Sabai ka sha gaban suwa bai gane ba. Yau ga giwa ta shigo gari sai ta ku take.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Modern market kasuwar ka jari.
Sai murna muke.
Sannan hanyoyi ka ba mu hore. Waɗanda za a yi mu kama yin sere. Albashi na ma'aikatan mu ba bore. Idan ka shige ko ina gari sai so hake.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Farar aniyar namu gwamna ya sama. Muna asane kai kake ta alfarma. Ku ba mu wuri za mu je mu sa fama. Ta kefas abu namu mai girma. Magauta su sorace ka don sun san ya kake.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Dr. Kefas mun yi godiya.
Sai murna muke.
Domin mun san baka wariya.
Mun gode maka.
Wannan gwamnatin taka gaskiya.
Sai murna muke.
Yana aiki babu bauɗiya.
Mun gode maka.
Mutanen ka suna da juriya.
Sai murna muke.
Mutanen kirki gaba daya.
Mun gode maka.
Dubiti gwamna a gaida kai.
Sai murna muke.
Taron nan wakata da kai.
Mun gode maka.
Yana ta kira ga mu haɗa kai.
Sai murna muke.
Alhaji Aminu Alkali.
Mun gode maka.
Ka sanya mazaje na hake.
Sai murna muke.
Ciyaman na state PDP to na sarama. Honorable Abubakar Bawa ka zama garma. Zuwanka a ofis ayyuka ka kakkama. Ga sabon ciyaman party na PDP mu. SSG a gaida jarumi.
Sai murna muke.
Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. Quickly want to recognize the presence of the majority leader in the Taraba State House of Assembly, Honorable Jethro Yakubu. Sir, you're welcome to this occasion. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm here. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. DJ, please, something light. Thank you.
Ina membobi su ma hakan ne. Kwamishinoni ma gaida kowa. A kullum gwamnan Taraba zancen aiki yake.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Abuke fas gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Abuke fasu gwamna ko ina kayi rawar gani. Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
Mutane na Taraba godiya sai murna muke.
erosion, desertification,
drought and climate change, repair damaged lands, show good farming methods and increase food production.
from Adamawa to Zamfara, ACReSAL is here. Across 19 northern states, FCT, ACReSAL is here. ACReSAL is here to make our communities, rural areas and lives better. ACReSAL is here to make for the women, farmers, youths. Don't be go de baba.
Adamawa, Bauchi, Benue, Borno, FCT.
ACReSAL is here to restore your land. The Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina. ACReSAL is here to restore your land.
Kebi, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger.
ACReSAL is here to restore your land. To Sokoto, Yobe, Taraba, Zamfara. ACReSAL is here to restore your land. ACReSAL is here to green our environment. ACReSAL is here to make life better.
ACReSAL is here to make our communities, rural areas and villages better.
ACReSAL is here to tackle deforestation, land degradation, erosion, desertification,
Drought and climate change, repair damaged lands, show good farming methods and increase food production.
from Adamawa to Zamfara. ACReSAL is here. Across 19 northern states, FCT. ACReSAL is here. ACReSAL is here to make our communities, rural areas and lives better. ACReSAL is here to make for the women, farmers, youths. Don't be go de baba.
Adamawa, Bauchi, Benue, Borno, FCT.
ACReSAL is here to restore your land. The Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina. ACReSAL is here to restore your land.
Kebi, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger.
ACReSAL is here to restore your land. To Sokoto, Yobe, Taraba, Zamfara. ACReSAL is here to restore your land. ACReSAL is here to green our environment. ACReSAL is here to make life better.
ACReSAL is here to make our communities, rural areas and villages better.
ACReSAL is here to tackle deforestation, land degradation, erosion, desertification,
Drought and climate change, repair damaged lands, show good farming methods and increase food production.
from Adamawa to Zamfara. ACReSAL is here. Across 19 northern states, FCT. ACReSAL is here. ACReSAL is here to make our communities, rural areas and lives better. ACReSAL is here to make for the women, farmers, youths. Don't be go de baba.
Adamawa, Bauchi, Benue, Borno, FCT.
ACReSAL is here to
The
restore
project is supported by the World Bank with a core mandate to restore 1 million hectares of degraded land and to address harmful agricultural practices that lead to low productivity output and poor living standards. The agro-climatic resilience in semi with a core mandate to restore 1 million hectares of degraded land and to address harmful. The agro-climatic resilience in semi-arid landscapes, ACReSAL, is a federal government of Nigeria intervention project in the 19 northern states and the FCT. The project is supported by the World Bank with a core mandate to restore 1 million hectares of degraded land and to address harmful agricultural practices that lead to low productivity output and poor living standards in communities. Since its inauguration in June 2022, ACReSAL has executed several projects across the participating states and the FCT, and the impacts are being felt across the strata. We take a tour across states where ACReSAL is executing life-impacting projects. Join us as we take a tour through Gombe, Yobe, Bauchi, Katsina, Jigawa, Kaduna, Plateau, and Niger states. Katsina and Jibia are two economically relevant cities in Katsina state, yet the two important cities have been serially ravaged by floods, resulting in loss of lives and properties worth billions of naira. About 234 locations in Katsina state had been affected by floods, resulting in internal displacement of people across all 17 local government areas of the state. The floods affected 123,377 individuals in 16,563 households.
Mun fuskanci matsalar hamadar ruwa da yawan faduwar gidaje. Ko da yaushe idan damuna ta zo muna fargabar wannan ruwa yana shiga mana a gidaje yana kada mana bangaye. Ko ƴaƴanmu ma in za su makaranta saboda idan aka ruwa ba za mu ba su je ba saboda ba hanyar wucewa.
32% of the affected houses were found to be habitable but in need of repair, while 17% were partially damaged and 10% were completely ruined. Farm products worth over 500 million naira and over 1 billion naira worth of houses and other properties were lost to floods every year. It's the same experience in Kofar Durbi, where farmers lose over 1.4 billion naira worth of farm produce every year to flooding along Kofar Durbi, Kofar Sauri River.
Anytime the rain is about to start, we have psychological trauma, knowing that anytime it rains, there will be some devastation on one farm or the other. One thing was certain, on a yearly basis, one part of the farm or the other, the wall caves in, it comes down. So we have to rebuild. Some other times, our chicken pens get flooded. We lose chickens that you can't do anything about. Our children, sometimes on days that we have heavy rains, we stop them from coming to school for their own safety.
Understanding the dire need for effective drainage systems, Katsina ACReSAL initiated the construction of modern drainages across flood-prone areas of Katsina. The project aimed to manage floodwaters and to protect the lives and properties of the residents of the people along these corridors in Katsina and Jibia. The project is a 16-month project that started in November 2023 and is expected to be completed in May 2025. The project in Katsina covers over 9 kilometers and has recovered 2,049.56 hectares of land, with 568,600 direct beneficiaries, which include 59.2% female and 50.8% male.
Mun gode ma Allah, wannan wuri da aka yi mama alhamdulillah mun ji daɗin shi gaskiya 100%. Da muna samun ambaliyar ruwa wanda in mun yi noman nan yana ma kan muna yin asara. Ni asara sosai. To amma yanzu alhamdulillah mun gode ma Allah da aka zo aka yi mama wannan gyara. Mun ji daɗi, mun yi farin ciki.
With the project 80% completed, the affected communities are excited to be part of life again. The Nguru wetland is a vital part of the Hadeja Nguru wetlands in Yobe State, Nigeria. Nguru wetland once thrived as a rich ecosystem supporting diverse aquatic life, wildlife, and human activities, contributing 6% of Nigeria's inland fish catch, valued at $300,000 annually. The wetland covers approximately 3,000 kilometers square in landmass. But since the late 1970s, the invasive taifa grass has choked this ecosystem, leading to flooding, sedimentation, and devastation. The rapid spread of taifa grass destroyed fishing zones, farmlands, and grazing areas, severely impacting the livelihoods of the local communities. Farmers who used to harvest over 200 bags of rice from 10 hectares were struggling to have a 50-bag yield, while fishermen watched their livelihoods vanish before their very eyes. The wetlands had become a breeding ground for mosquitoes, increasing diseases like malaria and cholera.
We suffered a lot, simply because there is no running water. Most of the farmers deserted away. Move back to Hadeja, move back to Gashua. People are nothing to do, more especially the fishermen. Some of them moved to Chad. Some of them changed even the occupation.
Local communities bore the brunt of this ecological collapse. Joblessness, migration, and conflicts between farmers and herders struggling to manage the scarce water resources increased drastically. Recognizing the severity of the problem, the Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes ACReSAL project launched a major intervention to restore the Nguru wetlands. The intervention aims to restore 5,000 hectares of wetlands, covering 8 local government areas. The plan involved dredging, flood control, erosion prevention, and the clearing of taifa grass, coupled with bioremediation and conservation efforts to revitalize the ecosystem. And following consultations with stakeholders, Yobe ACReSAL procured amphibious excavator on May 30th, 2024.
Da bana garin nan ma sakamakon babu ruwa a garin. To amma yanzu Allah ya kawo mana ruwa, Allah ya kawo kuma dalilin wanda suka tona mana ruwa ya zo mana, mun baro inda muke, mun dawo gida muna sana'a mu. Ni din nan ina da iyali na sun kai kusan guda 9. To amma yanzu cikin ikon Allah na dawo gida na samu damar da nake dan sama musu abin da za su ci, amma da babu ma abin da za su ci.
At the current stage of the intervention, 385 hectares of wetlands have been cleared, resulting in the revival of economic activities. The intervention directly benefits communities which collectively host over 1 million people.
Da farko muna noma sai kaman for the past 11 years sai ruwa ya zo ya fara samun matsala dan kacala da sauran abubuwa. So mun tona boreholes wanda muke bayin gona da shi, muna amfani da tube wells, that is tube well, za mu yi amfani da tube well mu sa injin mai pumping ruwa sai mai bayi. To shi ma abu ne mai wahala tunda yake mai ne za mu yi amfani da shi, ga wahala ga duk abubuwan da matsaloli na rayuwa, ga rayuwa tsadar rayuwa da muke fama da shi. To duk da haka ba mu bari ba, ana nan sai aka zo aka ce ACReSAL za ta zo ta shi intervention akan wannan al'amuran noma da kuma clearing na taifa da za a yi a area mu din. To alhamdulillah da aka yi taifa clearing da aka yi ya kawo mana ci gaba sosai.
People are coming back to resume their former livelihoods, including farmers and fishermen who had abandoned their trades are returning. Over 250 species of plants, 13 species of fish, and 378 bird species are found within the wetlands. So far, the restoration has benefited 59,871 farmers, 15,624 herders, 5,358 fishermen, and 515,969 indirect beneficiaries. Local markets are also experiencing a surge in activity, with traders from neighboring Jigawa state returning due to the cleared waterways. And fishermen are now able to support their families, reversing the trends of poverty and malnutrition that had plagued the area. Gombe is one of the northeast states in Nigeria that had been battling with the challenges of gully erosion for a long period of time. In Gombe State, over 200 active gully erosions that expanded every year had devastated key communities, resulting in the destruction of life and property, key infrastructures, and also displacement of people. One of the most affected areas was a 21-kilometer route that comprises 7 low-income communities, which is a stretch along the Federal College of Education and the railway corridors. These affected communities have a population of over 8,640 residents who lived in fear whenever there was any rainfall, as houses, schools, healthcare centers, and public infrastructures were affected. And the consequence was a spike in crime rate within the corridors as a result of this environmental menace. For instance, between 1996 and 2023, 297 lives were lost due to floods along the FCE Gully.
Whenever there's rainfall, we cannot go to the farm. Our children cannot go to school. We cannot go to the market. If this is a Shaba rider, even if we beg them, they will bill you a lot of money because of the bad road and because of the erosion.
Mu kamo da yaran mu kafin su zo makaranta muna shan wahala sosai. Sannan in mun ga hadiri mukan tada yaran su tafi gida saboda kori. Ba yadda za a yi ko karfe 10 ne za mu tada yaran.
ACReSAL intervention began in 2022 with the aim to promote sustainable landscape management in the state. By December 2023, project was 65% complete, 65 hectares of degraded land restored, with an additional 35 hectares targeted for restoration by the end of 2024.
Ina ɗaya daga cikin wanda dai aka biya tallafin. So kafin dai a ce wannan abun ya faru gaskiya mun samu matsaloli na matsalar ruwa da abubuwan da yake faruwa a kwaruruka da ya mana na rushe-rushen ɗakuna gidaje. Kamar ma ni iri na ma ɗaki a faɗuwa kan ƴata, amma yanzu tun da wannan aiki ya zo gaskiya mun ji daɗi muna farin ciki aiki an yi shi lafiya ko yanzu ma da ba a gama ba ma ba mu sake samun wani matsala na rashin zuwa makaranta ba. Already ma yara yanzu sun fara zuwa ɗin ana kan zuwa school ruwa baya tare su kuma ba. Ko da an yi ruwa ana ɗauke ruwan sama ruwan ƙasa ba zai hana yaro ya wuce ba akwai gada akwai hanya.
A wannan lokacin tare da ACReSAL suka taimaka aka zo aka mana wannan kamar da magabata da suka wuce lallai tabbas wannan gurin yana faruwa ya'yanmu a nan mun sha mu a nan saboda in ruwa ya zo ya shiga kuri da kafa ma da kyar sai ka tsaya tukun ruwa ya wuce kafin tukun ka tsallaka. To a nan muna nan da gidana in na sa shi a kasuwa a tsanani ya yi da zai wuce 200 ba in ya je 300. To ACReSAL ana nan suka zo ɗaure wannan kwarin suka zo suka taimaka ka bani kuɗi mai ɗumbin yawa sosai wanda gidan da na je na canja na siya yanzu haka inda an ce zan mallaki wannan gidan yanzu haka wannan gidan bari iya mallakanta ba.
The intervention has brought significant positive changes to these communities, as over 720 households and 8,640 individuals have been directly protected from destruction. The economic activities of the people have improved as a result of the intervention. Improved healthcare system. There is also an increase in school enrollment and attendance, as families can now afford to send their children to school without fears of their safety. Niger State is one of the states in Nigeria that has very large expanse of land that naturally make farming the main occupation of the people. Women in the state form a large percentage of farmers who grow groundnuts, cowpeas, soybeans, rice, melon, and maize. But women farmers in the state have been facing a lot of challenges owing to rights.
The chairman of Taraba State Traditional Religion in